Everyone, welcome back to my channel today. I'm so happy you could make it. You probably remember the last time we made a video, it didn't go so well, but I touched up the watermelon and it looks perfect. So since I did that pencil case, I decided that I'm going to start a new series of back to school videos, and was just going to have pencil pouches, DIY pencils, edible school supplies, all that fun stuff. So yeah. Today, in case you couldn't tell, we are going to be making 3 back-to-school DIYs, and hopefully this video doesn't get too long. If it does, we might have to cut one out. But yeah. So without further ado, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Let's try that again. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. Like this video, like, because that helps me so much. And don't forget to click that notifications bell once you subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment down below saying #notification squad or something along those lines, letting me know that you did that so I can give you a shout out in my next video. Also, don't forget to go over to my other channel, Hannah Sings, to see me singing out my heart with my friends, my pups, me, just by myself. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the so I'm going to take this super soft fabric. Now it's got these black dots on it. Don't worry, it's not moldy. It's just paint and stuff. So you have to have it folded over to make sure you can make the perfect pencil pouch. Measure out 8 inches by 6.5. And do not measure the bottom. Don't measure away from the bottom. Make sure you're measuring that fold instead of the middle, like maybe an inch away from the bottom. Now I'm measuring 6.5 inches and drawing a line to make sure. Measure the 6.5 inches from the bottom as well, not the dots that I so stupidly made, because that will definitely throw you for a loop and confuse you. So now, don't do this. Do not draw a line across the bottom, because that will show on your final product. And I also do not recommend using a Sharpie. A pen or a pencil would work a lot better because it does not soak through. Now I'm just going to go ahead and start cutting that out to make it look nice and fresh. Now it did take me a while, so I wound up just taking forever. Make sure not to cut the folded part because that is just less thread you have to use on your sewing machine. So yeah. I'm just going to keep cutting. Yes, just make sure never to cut the bottom. There we go. And then we are just going to go ahead and start pinning it up, getting it ready for my machine or sewing. Do not pin the top. I did accidentally do that because I just had a brain fart. That tells you that you need to sew it and you do not want to sew the top. You want to leave that open. That way you don't sew it, because you don't want to sew it shut, then it'd just be like a pillowcase or something. Not even. Just be like, I don't know. Sorry. And then, so I went ahead and unpin that. And don't pin the bottom either, because you don't want to sew the fold. Pin the side. Bless me, instead. Yep. Alright, y'all, so make sure your outside is on the inside when you are sewing, so you can flip it right side out and have that be on the inside be on the outside to make it look very nice and finished. So right now, I'm sewing the inside of the pouch. And take out the pins as you go. You don't want to run over those with your needle. And if you have to hand sew this, I totally feel you. But you can also use a hot glue gun, and I will do that in one of my videos. I don't know why. Oh yeah, I got it because I had to put something down under the, yeah, long story anyways. So now I'm just stitching up the other side, which goes very quickly when on this camera. I promise it wasn't that fast. I do it pretty slow to make sure it stays, I guess not, I don't know what I'm trying to say, so I'm just going to keep going. I'm trimming off the excess thread because we don't want that sticking out. That just looks really weird, and I wish I would, there we go. Now I am also cutting off this extra little tidbit that I accidentally added, and any extra fabric on the outside or outside edge. And I did accidentally get a hole in it, which means I didn't stitch it properly, so I went ahead and went back through with my sewing machine to get that hole taken care of. I just did it over and over again until it was gone. So yeah, that's it for that. Now on to the next part. Alright y'all, so since I had that line there, I had to go ahead and paint over it with some bright red fabric paint. But I'll do that later. For right now, I did not have any zippers on me, so I decided to use Velcro as my fastener. So I just put that down, and it had a sticky back, so I put that on. And then I laid the other piece of Velcro on top of that, and then pushed the fabric down into that second piece of Velcro to make sure they would stick together. And I did the same thing for the other side. Then I went ahead and put it on the sewing machine to sew them all up. Which is what I'm doing here, just to make sure they don't fall off. Now I am taking that red fabric paint, puffy paint stuff, whatever you want to call it, and I'm just drawing out a simple design to cover up that line but still make it look natural. And I did do a DIY later to match this by writing the word love, and I did hearts to cover up those ugly lines from the stitching of the Velcro. And to make it look more natural, I also put hearts all over the pencil patch. I just thought it looked really cute, and I was really happy with the way it turned out. I just keep looking at the patch, and I think that was the perfect amount of hearts. It just looks so pretty, so elegant, yet simple. So for DIY 2, you're going to need a pencil, and you're also going to need some paints, rainbow paints. So I mixed these up myself because they're like pastel-y. They didn't have anything that was pastel-y enough for my liking. So when you paint this, don't forget to scotch tape the pencil metal so it doesn't get all over it, unless you want it to be purple to match the pencil. But I wanted mine to stay silver because I thought it looked really sharp against the pink pencil. So yeah, or purple. I know my colors, you guys. So I'm just painting that whole thing purple. I did do a double layer, but since I did not scotch tape this one, I wound up having to do it again to make it look nicer. But in the end, I was still happy with the result, and you can always take a metallic Sharpie to the metal to paint to make it look nicer. Because a lot of times, also I went ahead and made one of every color of the rainbow. I tried to take the scotch tape off the orange, but it would just not budge. So I went ahead and dropped that one and gave up on it because it was just being so stubborn. And I took the scotch tape off the yellow one instead. I did have a blue in the rainbow, but I lost it. I found it later on, so I'll show you guys that. Then to make it match the pencil patch, I went ahead and took a pink Sharpie and drew on love on it, and then wrote my name on it as well. And it looked really cute. Then it fit perfectly in the pencil patch because I made that extra 8-inch allowance. Now for the third DIY, we are going to make a perfect, cute notebook. I did go ahead and paint on a white coat before I did this because it did take like 4 or 5 coats and it was just exhausting to do that all on camera. So I went ahead and painted out one before, and I did finish off the other coats off camera as well. This is just to show you how long it took me, although I did speed it up a lot, so that's probably why I'm talking so fast as well. Sorry about that, I just want to keep up with the video. So I'm just painting over all the yellow and making sure that the white covers everything. Those black letters in the middle were impossible to cover. Actually, they still showed, but I figured since I'm painting my unicorn over that, spoiler alert, I'm making a unicorn notebook, that it... Alright, so four very long coats later, I finally got it white enough to start drawing. So I took out my pencil and I started drawing the face of my unicorn and the rainbow part because I kind of wanted more rainbow in this project. Now I couldn't say it's a rainbow video because I did not make the pencil patch rainbow, but that's okay. I will definitely add rainbow at least to this part. So I'm going to start out by drawing my unicorn and where the rainbow is going to be. So that is what I'm doing right now. I wanted to make sure I'm making a unicorn barfing rainbows. I know that's really weird, but it turned out looking super, super cute. So I just guess we're going to accept that and move on with our lives. So I really struggle with eyes, which is why I'm trying so hard to get them right. I just couldn't. I was trying to make these certain eyes that I'll show you later, but yeah. Anyways, so I'm just going to keep trying and trying and trying and trying and trying, hoping that I can finally get it. And finally, I just decided that, you know what? I'll get it later. I'll paint over it if it doesn't turn out well. So, yeah. Then I drew the ears and the mouth and the forehead, and and the horn, of course. Can't forget the horn. It's a unicorn. So, yeah. Now I'm just going to keep drawing out that horn. It took me a while to make it perfect. I wanted to make sure it was just right. Now I'm drawing out the spaces where the rainbow is going to be. So yeah. Now I'm finally painting it. I went ahead and started painting the barf. I made up these colors myself. They're very pastel. I finished the rest of the colors, did all the coats, made sure they looked super cute. I blended them together, then I decided it was time to start the face. So I used this fake snow, or I was going to use this fake snow to add some texture to the face. Then I decided I didn't want to. Then I grabbed the gold paint for the horn because I just wanted a really sparkly, pretty horn. And so, yeah. This is tempera paint, so I think I'm saying that right. Tempera paint is like watered down acrylic, so it does take a lot of coats and a lot of dabbing and blobbing, I guess, to make it a thick. So actually, I found a way to make it only take 2 coats, and I think I'm going to make a craft hacks video to kind of show you how I did that. But anyways, I'm just going to paint this unicorn horn. After the second coat, I decided I would start doing other things. So I'm going to start out with the eyes by putting little black dots in the middle of the face. I was debating about what color to make the eyes, but we'll talk about that later. So I took this hardened paintbrush, which kind of let me dab out the paint. The first eye turned out really good. I really liked it, but the second one was a little bit harder to spread. I really struggled with it, but that's okay. Anyways, so get back to the painting. Yeah, I just dabbed this out, made sure to really spread it, and then on the second one, I had a little bit more trouble. I think I didn't add enough paint, or after I did the first one, the paintbrush just was messed up. I don't really know. I will never know. Haha. But I decided to start dabbing it the way I did with the gold paint to get that nice second coat. So yeah, I'm just going to dab that really thick. Now for the eye color decisions that I was trying to make, I was debating between a lot of colors, but since I had, those are the eyes I'm trying to make. Since I had every single color in the rainbow, I thought maybe I should do an accent color. So I decided to use the gold for the eyes instead of making only one color of the rainbow stand out. Oh yes, Susie decided to join me. Anyways, so I wanted to make one color of the rainbow. I didn't want to make one color of the rainbow stand out, so I decided to use the color of the horn. I thought that would just be really pretty. But first, this first. Sorry, I'm like all back and forth. So I went ahead and painted this gold. I started actually painting it, and then I was like, you know what, this isn't working. So I started blotting it on, and it made it really thick, and it turned out really nice. Kind of like the horn, and it only took me really 2 coats to get that all done. So I'm just going to keep painting and blotting it on and making sure it's super thick and shiny. And this will make the eyes kind of glittery, just like the TY toys that those eyes are from. The TY are the creators of those eyes, although I'm sure other things have done it too. And they just turned out really cute. I really liked the way that the gold made them look. Sorry, you see my head there? I'm sure you love seeing that, but I was very focused on these eyes. It took a lot of precision and talent and all that stuff. But yeah, anyways, so once I finished that gold layer, I decided that I wanted to add these cute little glimmers, kind of like reflections in the eyes. So I went ahead and took a clean paintbrush. I think I'm going too fast for the video. I went ahead and took a clean paintbrush once I was done with these 2 coats. I dabbed them into the eyes. Now, that sounds weird, but I wanted to know where I was going to put these gleams. And then I decided, instead of using like gold or just leaving them white, I wanted to use this pretty baby pink. So I went ahead and used that color, and it just gave them a nice reflection. And I gave them 2 dots to kind of, really make it look like a reflection. And I really did like these eyes. At the moment, it kind of looks like it's a gnome that has a long rainbow beard. I just noticed that. But yeah, anyways, I really liked these eyes. And I did also find that instead of doing eyes, you could just do the horn and the ears and then have the rainbow going up and wrapping around the horn to kind of make it look like the back of the unicorn's head. So while I was drawing on the face, since I finished the eyes, I decided that I just could not get it to look like a unicorn. I was trying very hard. All the different styles I tried, they just would not work. And I tried the other side too. I did it upside down so I didn't get my hands covered in paint since a lot of stuff was still wet. And I tried that, and I really messed up the second one, so I wound up having to go back into it or cover up my mistakes with white, and I had to try it again. Well, yeah. So you'll see it. I kind of had to take it out of screen, which stunk, but I just wanted to make sure it looked nice. This is where I decided that I could not make it look like a unicorn anymore. So now it is a barfing magical cat. It makes sense. Don't question it. It's all good. So now I'm painting over those mistakes. And once I'm done doing that, I'm going to try to decide what color to make the head. I was debating about gray or silver, and I finally decided that gray would be the best color because silver would probably be just too much sparkle based on what we already had. I went ahead and